A beautiful face can mask the ugliest of intentions. A picture-perfect girlfriend leaves her smile at the door.
There was fighting, there was throwing of things. It was nasty.
A saucy mistress wants to be the lady of the house.
She wanted to live in the nice house. She became very jealous.
And a religious zealot destroys her loved ones to save their souls.
That tells me that she honestly believed the end times were coming.
These deadly women let their emotions brew until they reach boiling point.
The only way she was going to move on would be if she found someone else to victimize. And until that happened, he was going to be the victim.
In Atlanta, Georgia in 2010, 27-year-old Will Carter is making his mark in the insurance business.
Here's to the new office.
Within 4 years, he had 4 separate offices and 30 employees.
Helping him celebrate success, new girlfriend, Victoria Rickman.
Victoria was an attractive woman, very successful in the marketing world, had a lot of friends, was well-liked and respected.
They seemed to be a perfect match.
Together, Will and Victoria were a striking couple. They made people's heads turn to see them walk in the room.
But behind closed doors, the story is different.
Isn't it time for her to go to bed?
Will has joint custody of his daughter from a previous relationship.
Sweetie, why don't you go brush your teeth?
And her regular visits are causing tension.
What was that? You know she's not here often.
Victoria resented that he wanted to be with his daughter, and I think she's one of these folks that, as a matter of control, if you're not focusing on her, then she's going to resent what you're focusing on.
I just want some time to ourselves.
You don't understand. I never get to see my kid. Hey.
What about me?
It turned into an eternal storm.
I love you. But I can't live like this.
They just couldn't get along. It was a very toxic relationship.
And we all remember how well that went last year. Okay, so annual premiums are...
Will tries to ignore the conflict and get on with business.
Sorry. So, premiums are all about giving our customers a second chance.
But Victoria's not that kind of girl.
So sorry. Where was I? Yeah, premiums are a second chance to go...
Too busy to take my calls?
Tori, please, I'm at work.
Don't Tory me!
It was like a Jerry Springer episode. There was fighting.
I'm at work. This is not the time or place.
There was throwing of things.
Calm down.
It was nasty.
She just could not control her rages, simply could not.
But after every breakup, there's a makeup.
Yum.
Will and Victoria were like oil and vinegar. And yet, somehow they were still drawn to each other.
I'm really sorry.
She did seem to be one of these women that men migrated to like a magnet, sort of like the moth to the flame.
Some couples create stress and arguments
So, what's for dessert?
So that they can have great makeup sex. That might have been what was going on here.
After 2 years back and forth, an incident changes everything.
Can we have the weekend to ourselves?
I got plans this Saturday.
Who with?
Just the guys.
Yeah. Right.
Look, maybe we can do something the weekend after.
Yeah.
She took a hammer and attacked him with it, striking him in the head, the back. A hammer is a hammer, but it is also a deadly weapon.
Tori, I can't do this anymore. It's over.
I'll make you regret this!
Biting is a very primal, animalistic behavior. If you're dating someone who bites you, start looking for an exit ramp.
Honey, oh, this can't go on.
I just keep thinking I can fix her.
Will's concerned parents do what they can to comfort their son. But things are about to get worse.
Victoria had one really bad habit.
Hello, police?
What's your emergency?
I need to report a sexual assault.
When she wanted something from a guy and didn't get it, she would tell the police he raped her. Victoria was the girl who cried rape.
Excuse me, sir. Is there a Will Carter here?
What's this about?
Will, can we have a word?
To make such an allegation when it's not true, it's more than a criminal offense. It's a sin of the highest order.
Victoria Rickman falsely accuses her boyfriend of rape, then drops the charges. But she's not done yet.
Will, we need to talk.
Go home. I want nothing to do with you.
No, we need to talk.
Tori, no. Go home.
What Will probably didn't know was the only way Victoria was going to move on would be if she found someone else to victimize. And until that happened, Will was going to be the victim.
She tries a second time to concoct evidence of assault.
I want nothing to do with you.
Why are you naked?
What? You just showed up when I told you not to.
No, you told me to come.
You're a toxic web of lies. I'm calling the police.
Go on, I have proof you raped me.
It was as clear as a sunny day on that recording that Will was in the right. He didn't want to be with her. He didn't want her near him, but she kept coming at him.
Yeah, police, please. Yeah, I need to report an assault. Victoria Rickman.
Folks across the street came forward and pointed out that it didn't happen the way she said. She was the one trying to get in the house. He's trying to keep her from getting it.
This time, Victoria is under arrest, charged with battery. But a good-natured officer doesn't see a perpetrator. He sees a victim.
I'm scared for my life.
Victoria was so conniving and manipulative with men, she actually convinced a deputy sheriff that she was in terrible danger.
Do you have a gun, ma'am?
He bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
Just in case.
Gave her one of his own personal guns and taught her how to use it.
Victoria now has some sympathy and a gun. But the battery charges remain. She becomes desperate for Will to drop them.
Will?
Tori, I'm not changing my mind.
Please, you know what these charges will do to me.
Will wasn't willing to dismiss the charges. And that may very well have been why she was interested in seeing Will, to see if she could persuade him in her ways to see it differently.
As he had many times before, Will capitulates on the night of September 13th, 2013.
Thanks for coming.
Maybe I should go.
No.
Now, why did he go? I think he cared about her in all of her flawed state.
Will just couldn't do without Victoria, even though he knew in his head it wasn't a good relationship.
I don't know if she thought sex would change his mind.
No, this was a mistake. I shouldn't have come.
Apparently, after they had had sex, she must not have thought that he was still willing to drop the charges.
She was much like the Black Widow spider. Got him to come over, she had sex with him, and then she killed him.
He collapsed back onto the bed. She shot 5 more times, this time into his chest. All of the angles were downward and from above.
It was more convenient for Will to be dead than to testify against Victoria in court. She couldn't have that, so she killed him.
True to form, Victoria plays the victim. And her first call is to her protector.
Hello?
Sheriff? He was raping me, so I shot him.
Victoria,
And now he's dead.
you need to call 911 immediately.
He was raping me. So I shot him.
There was no scratch marks either on her or him. She had no bruises, no marks around the neck as if she had been throttled or choked. There was absolutely no evidence of a struggle.
And her lying past catches up with her.
Once the police found out that she had a history of crying rape, she was done for.
She had a colorful, lengthy history in that department, and her words were no longer at all credible.
In 2017, it takes a jury just 1 hour to find Victoria Rickman guilty of malice murder. Her sentence, life in prison without parole.
From what I can tell about her, she had a very dark heart. And I can't find that she really helped many people or did anything for anybody else.
I need to report a sexual assault.
Like the little boy who cried wolf, Victoria made one too many self-serving accusations.
She has damaged women everywhere by her callous use of false claims to try to not take responsibility for her actions.
Victoria Rickman's repeated cries of being raped only served to hurt true rape victims. Victoria Rickman is exactly where she needs to be. Prison for the rest of her life. When she was passed over by the man she loved for the mother of his only child, her demons came out.
In 19th century England, A girl's best chance is to marry early and upwards. But for 19-year-old beauty, Mary Wheeler, that's just the start.
Mary Wheeler as I live and breathe.
It's Mary Piercy these days.
Mary has a roving eye. If one man could support her financially, she imagines what several men could do.
Mary, I had no idea. Congratulations.
No, I haven't married him. I've just taken his name. Far too many good men to be hitched to just one. Like him, for instance.
I don't think Mary was really the kind who wanted to get married. She seemed to be too interested in having a different kind of life.
Mary creates her own sexual marketplace.
Come back to bed. I need you.
Trading her beauty for the material benefits men can offer.
I'm running late already.
Please.
Oh, you temptress. I can't.
She had lots of relationships with lots of guys, so much so that she didn't have to support herself.
She quickly moves on from her lover into the beds of her other admirers. Men of convenience, all willing to keep her in a manner to which she grows accustomed.
Kind of scandalous for a woman in those days to be promiscuous.
She even develops a signal system so each man knows when it's safe to come courting.
It was quite a Victorian thing. The men would have their mistresses, and they would look after the mistress, pay the bills, set them up in a home.
You are a beautiful creature.
Charles Creighton is a typical catch.
He actually rented an apartment for her so he could visit her once or twice a week. The rest of her time is her own.
Darling, I'm so sorry I was late.
But Mary does have a favorite paramour.
I'd wait all night for you, darling.
Lucky I didn't take longer.
Frank Hogg. Over time, she's come to appreciate his maturity and financial stability.
He seemed to tick all the right boxes for her. I mean, despite sleeping around and everything, she really ultimately just wanted to find the right man and set up home and you know, and have children.
There's just one slight problem. Her future husband is also seeing her friend, Phoebe.
Phoebe!
Oh, Mary. Darling, I thought you were working late tonight.
I thought I'd make it a surprise.
Phoebe apparently didn't know anything about Mary.
I didn't know you two were acquainted.
Frank appears to be one of those men who like to have his cake and eat it.
Let me get you ladies a drink.
I'm so happy.
Good for you.
Mary's used to getting her own way. She's not about to lose her best prospect.
She made Frank promise to continue to sleep with her because she believed that by continuing to have sex with him, one day he might end up being hers.
But in Mary's secret battle for Frank's wedding ring, she soon finds herself at a distinct disadvantage.
Phoebe, please, stop crying.
Phoebe became pregnant, and Frank's brother said, "You need to marry her."
But I'm ruined.
No, no. I'll marry you.
He agreed to marry her. This was devastating for Mary.
You really mean it?
Yeah. You're carrying my baby. I want you to be my wife.
This must have been kind of a slap in the face. Not only were you seeing my guy, you got pregnant. Marriage started on a path then from which there would be no return.
East London, England, 1888. Mary Wheeler's hopes of marrying her lover, Frank Hogg, seem dashed.
She wanted to be Frank's wife. She wanted to live in the nice house. And Phoebe was in the way.
My love, please, listen.
Frank offers a compromise. Mary can remain his lover and keep her fringe benefits.
Mary, nothing has to change. You're still my girl. Come on.
He told Mary, don't worry about it. This is not going to break up our relationship at all.
After the baby's born, Mary seizes the chance to see her lover more often. By nursing back to health the friend she's betraying.
Feeling any better?
A little.
Good.
Bizarrely, Mary and Phoebe formed a very strong relationship.
Mary got something out of it. She got a little bit more FaceTime with Frank.
And Mary and Frank were still special friends.
Come on, darling, up you come. There we go. Beautiful little girl.
But as Frank and Phoebe's daughter, Tiggy, grows up, the doting father has less time for any other girl.
Wow, you got a beautiful ring.
And that must have grated with Mary, because although she was sleeping with Frank, she was having to suffer the humiliation of him going back to her every night.
Darling, there's another letter for you.
Oh, it's for Daddy, darling.
You're not going to open it?
No, it's just business.
The harder Mary pushes, the more Frank pulls away.
Mary cranks up the pressure on Frank, tries to get him to sleep with her even more often, floods him with love letters.
She became very jealous.
So how are things?
Good.
Losing a man is not something Mary's familiar with. On October 24th, 1890, she sets things right.
Oh, excuse me.
Phoebe obviously didn't feel in any danger. She certainly felt no danger for herself, certainly no danger for the child, and went round to see Mary.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
Mary got down to murder business. She hit her very hard on the back of her head with a fireplace poker.
Baby, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Once she got hit on the head by her friend, her next thought probably was, oh my God, the baby. I've got to get her out of here.
Tiggy, the little girl, is still in her baby carriage. What horrific sounds she had to have heard. It's got to be awful.
This was literally a life or death struggle. There were evidence of defensive wounds, there were smashed glasses everywhere, there was windows had been smashed. It was not an instant death for Phoebe.
Her throat had been cut, so savagely, in fact, that the head had almost been severed from the body.
She then dumped the corpse of Phoebe on top of her own child in the pram.
She had to have known Phoebe's weight on top of an 18-month-old would suffocate her. And that's exactly what happened. I think Mary killed Tiggy as well because Tiggy was proof that Frank loved someone else.
Mary sets about cleaning up, try to remove any traces of what she'd done.
And then headed off along the pavement on a typically foggy Victorian night. And Mary left one hell of a gruesome trail. She stopped her pram, deposited the body of Phoebe on the ground. Then she moved on another mile, did the same with the baby who'd been asphyxiated by the body of that little girl's mother. And then a mile after that, she disposed of the pram.
The cover-up doesn't work. Londoners gradually come across each piece of the grisly puzzle.
First, Phoebe's body was found. Later, the stroller was found. And the next morning, when the sun came up, Tiggy's body was found.
Horrified husband and father Frank points the finger at his lover, who's now forced to charm her way out of the gallows.
Mary agrees to accompany the police back to her home. Once they get in there, there are obvious signs of a struggle.
While the police were searching her home, Mary found comfort in the parlor whistling, kind of like whistling past the graveyard.
There's a couple of bloody knives in the kitchen. The poker that Mary used to crush Phoebe's skull has still got blood and matted hair on it.
What can you tell me about this, Mary?
Killing mice. That's all. I was just killing mice.
Mary just starts this little mantra, killing mice, killing mice, killing mice.
It doesn't take 21st century forensics to make the case against Mary Wheeler. In 1890, she's found guilty of willful murder and sentenced to death. She is hanged 2 days before Christmas.
Mary thought that her sentence to be hanged was just, but that the evidence that put her in prison to begin with was lacking. I don't think so, Mary.
Mary prided herself on catching the men she wanted, but in Phoebe, she met her match. An innocent woman who simply wanted what Mary wanted, and that could never do.
Mary did not commit this crime because she was mentally ill. She committed this crime because she was jealous of losing Frank, and she blamed a baby for it. All her hyperactivity was putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound of pain and loss. She lost her ability to have insight into her own behavior and feelings.
Kego Harbor, Michigan, 2017. An ideal picnic for an ideal family.
Lauren Stewart had it all. A very happy marriage, 2 wonderful young adult children.
Husband Danny is a brilliant software architect at the University of Michigan.
Danny was an extremely bright guy. He had an IQ over 165. That's as high as it's measured.
The children are blessed too.
Bethany, the youngest child, she's so smart, she gets a graphic design degree. Young Stephen is really gifted with computers.
The family finds comfort and community in the church as Jehovah's Witnesses.
So, Stephen, what are your plans after high school's done?
Oh, I start college in the fall.
Really? Steve's gonna be in ITU like his dad, but he'll have the diploma to prove it.
There's one thing on which they and their local church can't agree: the value of a higher education.
You know the elders' views on higher education? I know, but Dan thinks it's for the best.
The church elders don't believe that children should be college educated.
He looked at his two kids and he said, you know what? They're not gonna miss the opportunities that I did. Despite what anyone says, my two kids, they're going to college.
You're asking for trouble.
Their insistence starts to isolate the family from their church community. Former Jehovah's Witness Joyce Taylor knows the procedure when church members are defiant.
They would have been called in the back room. They would have been talked to. They would have been read some scriptures.
College campuses are notorious for sex, drugs, alcohol, immorality of all kinds.
My children will have a college education.
You know, the tension between them and the church is so volatile at this point.
It's all a matter of control. What can the elders control?
You understand the consequences, Dan?
After a lifetime of unwavering devotion, the Stewarts can no longer be controlled.
He wanted more for his children, and he was not going to see them be hung up like he was.
He'll be shunned.
We'll be okay. It's okay. Thank you.
But when they turn their backs on their local church, their church turns its back on them.
Hey! Oh, look, Mom!
Don't talk to her.
Why not?
She's not your aunt anymore.
And you leave the church. Nobody you know in the church, including family, will talk to you again. You are shunned.
Hey!
It's like someone ripping your heart out. That's what it's like.
Get in the car.
Please talk to me. Seriously? Really?
I think that Danny and Lauren, without question, knew that it meant being shunned, but they had no idea how bad it was going to be for them.
Can you imagine? They're all alone, the four of them.
Lauren needs a distraction. So she turns to personal development, getting fit, and trying a new career as a mature model.
She was the most beautiful 42-year-old woman I think I've ever seen.
She had that almost star quality about her that wherever she went, she drew attention to herself because of the way she looked.
Lauren no longer attends church, but that doesn't mean she's lost her faith. She studies the literature with even more intensity.
She believed it hook, line, and sinker. Even after she left, she believed the doctrines of the Jehovah's Witnesses. She was very enthusiastic.
And what she finds troubles her. She believes Armageddon is coming, but she no longer has the protection of her church to save her and her family.
This is where Lauren really becomes a radical religious person. She really starts to believe that the end times are near.
This is Jehovah's Witness belief. If you die before Armageddon, you will have a chance, you know, at paradise on earth.
Lauren Stewart's never known life outside her religious community. But now, in Kego Harbor, Michigan, she's discovering what it's like. Because she and husband Dan are sending their kids to college, their local church has cut them off. Lauren tries to busy herself with distractions, like improving herself and her home.
Lauren was very industrious. I mean, she remodeled her whole house herself, and I'm talking about the roof, the windows, everything.
Looks like someone could use a ladder.
Oh, Joyce! Thank you so much.
No problem. All her hyperactivity at improving herself, her family, her home was, I think, putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound of pain and loss.
By late 2017, she becomes obsessed with the end of the world and her family's safety.
If you're alive during Armageddon, you're destroyed along with all the other wicked people, well, then you're just gone.
Hey, Mom, when's dinner? Mom.
Lauren spirals into a deep depression.
As Lauren's depression became worse, she lost her ability to have insight into her own behavior.
Bethany, the Armageddon is upon us. We haven't got much time.
The only thing she could hold on to were the teachings of the church, the extreme ones.
Shunned from the protection of the church community, Lauren's become convinced the end is near. She decides to take matters into her own hands.
Hi, Stevie. Just making sure he's still coming over at noon tomorrow. Perfect. Okay. See you then, hon.
On February 15th, 2018, Lauren brings the family together, one by one.
I can't do this anymore. So I've chosen a different path. I'm taking my family with me, so they won't have to suffer.
In her sick mind, she thought the people she loved would be better off in heaven than on earth. That's crazy thinking.
The perfect family, the perfect life is being unpicked, one innocent soul at a time.
Hey, love. How are you? I'm starved. Is Bethany home?
You've just missed her, but before you feed your face, I need your help.
Sure, what is it?
Off computer.
It almost was like the perfect storm of death swarmed into that house and just kind of crippled her. And she thought, I have no other alternative here.
So, what can I help you with? Mom? Mom?
They'll be resurrected into the love, forever in peace.
She thought she was doing a wonderful thing for her family as she was killing them.
Lauren.
In here, love.
What are you doing in here?
Waiting for you.
What are you doing?
It's the only way.
Then she shot the dog. Killing that dog is significant to me because that tells me that Lauren honestly believed the end times were coming. And then she shot herself.
Lauren believed she and her family had nothing to live for. Even worse, if they were alive at the time of Armageddon, they would not enter paradise. So she made sure they would by jumping the gun. Perhaps if she'd stayed in the church, she could have been counseled. But that wasn't to be.
On the outside, you look at Lauren and she seemed to have it all. And then you look at the end result and what happened and you say, what went wrong? That's where we gotta really look at this and say, what happened and why?
This is a highly unusual crime. A woman kills her entire family and then herself. And at the root of this horrible event is an untreated clinical depression.
These deadly women let their emotions rule their heads. Victoria Rickman gunned down the one man she couldn't control. Mary Wheeler wanted to be a wife, not the other woman. And Lauren Stewart thought killing her family would save their souls. All three stole innocent lives when their feelings bubbled over. They reached boiling point.